Yes, guys, it's Willem here from Africa TCG coming back at you after a while of not posting anything. Yeah, so I've been busy. I've had a lot of time that I had to spend on university work, and now I've got my second degree and I've got a new teaching job as well. So that's what I've been busy with over the past few months. So today I just thought I'd bring you a Dracoslayer list here. So this is something that I played this weekend just for fun. It was at a rogue event at our local card shop. We had a tailored band list, obviously just to put in a bit of fun for the end of the year. So yeah, I'll post the list at some point, and there's a card in the extra deck I'll talk about later, obviously, that I don't have with me, which is the Trigate Wizard that I borrowed from somebody. So I just want to say thank you to Matt Souls. He's one of the coolest guys at our locals, so shout outs to Matt. And yeah, so let's just get into it. I'm going to explain the cards as best as I can, just to save time as well. But we'll start with the main deck first. So the main deck is going to be Triple Majesty. So this is always treated as a Magispector card. While in the scale, you can essentially, while it's in the scale, you have another Dracoslayer in your scale. You can search one that's different from the one in your other scale, and then you can destroy a card in your scale. So essentially, this is just a searcher. And when it's pendulum summoned or when it's special summoned by the effect of a Dracoslayer, you can add a field spell from your deck to your hand and then send one card from your hand to the graveyard, and it is a low scale. So it also has a nifty effect where you can discard it to essentially give all your Dracoslayers protection from targeting and from destruction for the turn. And then play Triple Luster. This guy is highly searchable in this deck. It's a dragon and it's a tuner as well. Can't be used as material for a fusion, synchro, or Xyz except for Dracoslayers. But it is a high scale, and in the scale you can pop the other scale that you have and then add one with the same name from your deck to your hand. So this guy is really important in this deck. And it has a pretty sizable body as well. So 1850 is not bad for a normal summon. Then I play Triple Dynamite. Dynamite the power load. This guy is always treated as a dynamist. You can target a Dracoslayer in your other scale and just special summon it, so that's a good extender. It's also a high scale. And when it's tributed, you can add a Dracoslayer from your extra deck back to your hand, which just gives you more recycling power. And then play Triple Ignis. So Ignis is essentially useless with his scale effect, but his monster effect is where it's really at. It's always treated as an ignite, and it's also a high scale. But when it's destroyed by battle or card effect, you can actually just special summon a Dracoslayer from your deck, except himself, and then treat it as a tuner. So this guy is what you want to destroy most of the times in your scale. Then you play the Honorary Dracoslayer. So this is Triple Odion Revolution Dragon. You can discard it, pay 500 life points, add a dragon type pendulum monster from your deck that's level 8 or lower. And then the scale effect is where it's really at, where you can destroy it in your scale, target a dragon type fusion, synchro, or Xyz monster, and special summon it. And it's not once per turn, neither of its effects are once per turn. The other monster effect is so irrelevant, I've never used it once. Then for the Performer Pel engine, so you can technically call this Dracoslayer Performer Pel. I'm playing Triple Joker, which is your best normal summon. This guy on summon adds any Dracoslayer, adds any Performer Pel, Odion, or Magician Pendulum monster from your deck to your hand. So this obviously searches out the Odion Revolution. The scale effect is terrible, so you never want to use that because it just locks you into summoning, pendulum summoning only Performer Pels, Magicians, or Odion. So that's pretty terrible, but you never want to use it as a scale anyway, and it is a level 4, so it's pretty good. Then I play Triple Monkey Board. Now I don't have the continuous spell, the True Draco Awakening, so this is what I'm using instead of that at the moment. So essentially this guy, when you activate it in your scale, during that turn you can add a level 4 or lower Performer Pel monster from your deck to your hand. And if you don't have a Performer Pel Magician in your other scale, you become scale 4, which is terrible, but it still adds the Joker from your deck to your hand. And the scale effect can be negated by Beyond the Pendulum, so you can get around that restriction quite easily. But this still pairs with most of the Dracoslayers as essentially just like a 2-card combo. Every combo in this deck is essentially a 2-card combo, so a 2.5-card combo essentially. So then I play one Odion Seer. So the monster effect is again irrelevant. but it is a low scale that you can search. You always want to search this off of the Beyond the Pendulum. While it's in scale, you can destroy it to add a Performer Pel or Odd Eyes card that's in your graveyard back to your hand. So this guy just recycles your Odd Eyes Revolution Dragon essentially. Then play the one Odd Eyes Synchron. This guy is obviously searchable off of the Joker and of the the monkey board, but this is also a tuner. So obviously when it's on the field, you can just effect target any scale that's a Performer Pel, special summon it, and immediately synchro summon. So with monkey board, you can search this, normal summon it, and then you can use it to effect special the monkey board, and then you can make a level 8 synchro, which is obviously the game plan of this deck. So this guy's not fantastic, but if you're playing the monkey board, I think it's quite good. So it makes monkey board essentially a 1-card Ignister. Then I play the 1 Codebreaker 0 Day. This is just something you can summon off of a link monster in the extra deck, and it just gives you extra link material. So this is kind of a brick, but you can still summon it from hand, deck, or graveyard. So I mean, you can just discard it with your Majesty effect anyway and just get it back. Then the most important card in the deck in terms of the engine, you can search this off of a Majesty Pegasus. Obviously that's what you do in the combo, but this essentially just destroys a face-up card in the field to add an Odd Eyes card from your deck to hand. So this adds Revolution Dragon, again one of the best cards in the deck. Then for the non-engine, I played 1 Mag and 1 Druis. These guys are obviously just extenders as well, so you can just banish the Revolution Dragon that's in your graveyard, and then summon them, and then normal summon a Pendulum, make Beyond the Pendulum like that. But also they're good disruptions as well, so I would recommend playing them either way, because you have a lot of dragons in the deck, so you can actually make seals, and you can play like seals control. And then the hand trap slots are essentially what you want, but because it was a rogue event, I thought that would be pretty good, and it was decent. Then play Triple Ash. I think this is mandatory in this deck because it negates Fualos, and this deck has a hard time playing through Fualos. And it's also just a decently generic hand trap as well. So then I played Triple Droll. Droll is just an amazing hand trap, and also during your combo, if you've done all your searching and your opponent has Fuad or Perula at you, you can just Droll yourself, and then they won't draw anymore from your combo, like from you playing your combo out. And then for the rest of the non-engine, it's just the 1 Call by obviously to negate the Fua and like random hand traps as well. And then triple Imperm. So Imperm is just another slot for 3 of, which is pretty decent, especially in a rogue setting. And then in terms of the extra deck, I played 1 Dynastor, 1 Ignister, and 1 Magister. So these are the 3 Dracoslayers. So this guy is essentially a contact fusion between any Dracoslayer and any Pendulum monster. It's also a dragon, so you can reborn it with the Revolution Dragon if you want to. But this guy essentially specials a Dracoslayer from your hand or graveyard, but that monster can't be used as a fusion material while it's on the field. Ignister, which is the most broken card in the deck, you can spit once per turn, not hard. None of these guys are like hard once per turns. But this guy's just once per turn while it's on the field. You can special summon any Dracoslayer from your deck in defense position. It can't be used as a synchro material, but also this guy can pop any Pendulum card on the field to non-target shuffle a card on the field back into the deck. So this guy is great removal, great combo, everything. This card is literally like insanity. And then Magister Paladin, on Xyz summon, you can add any Pendulum monster from your deck to your hand at the end phase. And then also you can detach material to special a Dracoslayer from your extra deck, but it can't be used as an Xyz material. So these guys are very mandatory. Then for the links, I played 1 Firewall Dragon Singularity, 1 Allied Code, and then the 1 Zealantis. So Singularity obviously allows you to do the V-Link combo, so if you put it in the middle, you can summon into both zones, but it's also a good disruption in terms of it being able to bounce cards on the field or in your opponent's graveyard, up to the number of monsters with different types in your graveyard, so Fusion, Synchro, Xyz, or Ritual, I believe, as well. So essentially, in every card he bounces from the field, he gains 500 attack for permanently. So he becomes massive, and he's like a triple bounce, essentially, in this deck. And also, when a card that he points to leaves the field, you can special summon a Cybers Link monster from your graveyard, which is really important. Then Allied Code is just an Omni Negate. You never use its on summon effect to reborn something, so that's just what it is there for, just an Omni. And then Zealantis, you know, every deck that plays Zealantis usually has some other degenerate combo in it. So this guy's just to reset your board so you can trigger your Dracoslayers again, because they're not hard ones for turns. And then for essentially this is just a placeholder for Trigate Wizard. I'll put the card on the screen at some point. But essentially Trigate Wizard in this deck, if it's co-linked with 3 monsters, is essentially Omni Negate, but is also not a hard once per turn. So if he leaves the field and comes back, you can still use the Omni Negate as long as he's co-linked. And he's a Cybers, which means that Singularity can essentially just reborn the Trigate. So usually your setup will be something like this: Singularity, Allied Code, and then your Trigate like this, which is co-linked with another monster. So you'll go effective Trigate to negate something, you'll go Allied Code Talker to tribute your Trigate, then you'll use the Singularity to reborn the Trigate, so you have another Omni Negate. So essentially that's like 3 Omnis in one combo, which is pretty good. Then for the rest of the extra deck, I'm going to show you, let me just get it out here. So because we play the 0 Day in the main deck, we play the 1 Virus Swordsman and the Virus Berserker. So this guy on Link Summon, essentially if it's co-linked, you can special summon a 0 Day from your hand deck or graveyard to a zone a Link monster points to. I'll show you in the combo how it works. And then this guy takes any 2 monsters, including a Codebreaker. So when it's summoned and it's co-linked, you can special summon 2 Codebreaker monsters from your graveyard to zones a Link monster points to. So this essentially climbs into 6 Link materials, or like 6 Link rating materials essentially. Then for more generic links, it's just SP Little Knight. Obviously this card is insane. Then Pit Knight early. This is part of your inboard because it's a Cybers, and also it has pretty good effect where if something he points to activates his effect, you can chain his effect, target a monster on the field, make its attack 0 and defend 0 permanently, and negate its effects permanently. So this guy is really good. Then I play the IP because it's IP. For certain board states, and then you get the seals. This guy is, you always want this guy on your inboard because he's just a free bounce and you can summon out the Bastials from your main deck. And also in the side deck, I'll show you some nasty combos with this as well when you know you're going first. And then the 2 most broken links for pendulums. So beyond the pendulum, obviously on summon, you can add any pendulum monster from your deck to your hand by paying 1,200, and then your scales and your monster effects on essentially can't be activated or negated until you pendulum summon. Then exceed the pendulum on summon just adds back a pendulum monster from your extra deck, and you can special a pendulum monster from your hand or graveyard with a level between your scales. So this is just a great extender. Cool. And then for the side deck, I played the 1 Baldrake, which is usually something I just side in when I know I'm going first and I know the Bastials are quite good. Then for the spice, it's going to be a Morphage Sloth and Lechery. So essentially this guy, while he's on the field, neither player can summon from the extra deck. This guy, obviously the field effect is irrelevant, but the scale effect says if you control an Morphage monster, your opponent cannot activate spells. So you're locking them out of the extra deck and spells with this combo. So that is really disgusting. And then I just played triple Ghost Spell for the side. I didn't know what to side, so I just sided Ghost Spell. And then triple Dark Ruler because this deck struggles playing into boards going second. That's why you play so much non-engine. So there you have your Dark Rulers. Then Feather Duster and Double Lightning Storm. This is obviously just to break boards. And then triple Evenly, which is also quite good in terms of just breaking boards. So yeah, that was essentially the main side and extra. And now I can show you guys what the combos look like. Okay guys, so I'm just going to show you a quick 2-card combo. So let's say you open Joker and Ignis Phoenix. So you can actually make like a lot of 2-card combos with this deck, but this one is just the easiest to show you guys. So what you're going to do is you're going to start off by normal summoning your Joker. Joker is going to search for your Odion Revolution Dragon. Then you're going to discard this, pay 500, and you're going to add your Luster Pendulum from your deck to your hand. From this, or from here, you're just going to scale your Ignis, scale your Luster. You're going to activate Luster effect to pop the Ignis to add another copy from your deck to your hand. Alright, so then you search that. Now, in the extra deck, the Ignis is going to trigger because it was destroyed by a card effect. You can special summon a Dracoslayer from your deck and treat it as a tuner. So you're going to summon out the Majesty Pegasus. Because this was summoned off of a Dracoslayer monster's effect, you can actually add a field spell from your deck to your hand and then send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard. So you're going to send your Ignis Phoenix. Now, because this is treated as a tuner, you can synchro using these 2 and you can make your Ignister. Generally, I like to summon it like all the way out of the way just in case something happens. So I'm going to use the effect to special summon a Dracoslayer from my deck. So I'll just choose to summon out the Dynamite. So this card can be used as a synchro material now, but it doesn't matter. So you're just going to link off with these two. So you need a monster and a pendulum monster you make beyond the pendulum. So you'll pay 1,200. You're going to activate the effect to search for any pendulum monster. And that is going to search you for your performer pal, Ryzeal. Right. So now this is what your hand is looking like. You're going to scale your seer, and you might as well just activate the Sky Iris now. Then you're going to pendulum summon for 2. So you want to special summon Dracoslayer specifically. So I'm going to summon out the Ignis, and I'm going to summon out the Majesty. Right, so now I have my monster effects online again. And then with these two, I'm going to overlay, and I'm going to summon out the Magister Paladin. I'll activate the effect on summon to add any pendulum monster from my deck to my hand during the end phase. Now I'm going to detach, special summoning the Dynamite from my extra, but it can't be used as Xyz material. Doesn't matter. I'm going to activate Sky Iris. I'm going to pop the Luster in my scale to add another copy of the Odion Revolution Dragon. Right, so from here, you're going to activate your Revolution Dragon in scale. You're going to activate its effect to destroy itself to special summon back the Ignister. Get ready, you're going to see this quite a lot. I'm going to use the effect again to special summon any Dracoslayer from deck. From here, it doesn't really matter what you want to summon, but I just like to keep one copy of everything in the deck just to make sure that essentially you're not running out of resources. Now you're going to tribute these two for contact fusion. You're going to summon out the Dinoster. Now because this guy was tributed, you can add a Dracoslayer from your extra deck back to your hand. So it's basically irrelevant what you're going to add back, but let's just say I'm adding back the Majesty. Right. From here, you're going to activate Dynamite's effect. You can special summon a Dracoslayer from your graveyard, but it can't be used as a fusion material. Again, it doesn't matter. From here, you're going to link using Beyond and a Pendulum monster to make your Exceed the Pendulum. Then you're going to activate your Exceed the Pendulum on summon to add back any Pendulum monster from your extra deck to your hand. So you're going to add back your Revolution Dragon. Right. Now, you're going to scale your Odion Revolution Dragon. So you notice your scales are 1 and 12. So you're going to activate Exceed the Pendulum's effect to special summon any Pendulum monster from your hand or graveyard with the level between your scales. And the Ignis does actually meet that condition. So from here, you're just going to link off your Exceed the Pendulum and your Majesty, or your Magister, sorry. You're going to link those off, because that's a link 4, and you're going to make your World Sea Dragon Zealantis. Right, so from here, you're going to activate Zealantis effect, banishing the whole board, and summoning everything back in this position. So you want your Zealantis to be under your extra monster zone, and you need your Ignister to be here. Now that they've been banished and brought back, they can activate their effects again. So you're going to activate your Ignister, and you're going to summon out any Dracoslayer from your main deck. So you're going to summon out just another copy of any of them. Right. From here, you'll link using your Ignister and the other monster pointing to the other side of Zealantis. You're going to make a link 2, and that is going to be your Codebreaker Virus Swordsman. So you're going to trigger its effect because unsummon it is co-linked. So you can summon a Codebreaker 0-day from your hand, deck, or graveyard to a zone that the link monster points to. So you're going to summon out your Codebreaker 0-day. So this guy's not going to last long on the field. So you're going to link off with this and your Virus Swordsman, and you're going to make your Codebreaker Virus Berserker. So because he was summoned and he's co-linked, you can special summon 2 Codebreakers from your graveyard to a zone a link monster points to, which is both of the zones that the Zealantis points to. Cool. Now you've got essentially a link 6 worth of material, but you're going to use them as a 1, and a 3. So you're going to link all of those off into your Allied Code Talker at Ignister. Right, so this is your first Omni Negate you're making. Now you're going to use your Dynamite because you haven't used it yet after it's been summoned off of the Zealantis, and you're going to just summon out a Dracoslayer from your graveyard. Right, so from here, you're going to link off the Zealantis, one of your monsters and the other monster, and you are going to link summon into your Firewall Dragon Singularity. Cool. So from here, you still have the Odion Revolution Dragon in your scale. You're going to pop it, and you're going to summon back your Ignister. Right. It doesn't really matter where you summon it, you're just going to link it off anyway. So you're going to use the effect to special from deck. Here you want to summon out your Luster, right? Because he's a dragon. Now, because this is a dragon, you can link both of these off into your Heretics Seal of the Heavenly Spheres. Now, because Firewall is already co-linked, you can summon into that zone, so essentially you're locking out your opponent from link summoning. Right. So from here, you remember that we discarded the Odion Revolution Dragon at the beginning of the turn to search the Luster. So what you're going to do is you're going to activate Odion Seer's effect to destroy itself to add back the Odion Revolution from your graveyard to your hand. You're going to scale your Revolution, you're going to activate its effect, targeting the Ignister to bring it back. then you can use Ignister's effect again to special summon from the deck again. So that is going to summon out, you can just summon out any Dracoslayer here. From here, you will link off using your Ignister and your Majesty, and you will summon out the Pit Knight early, pointing to the Singularity. What you're going to do here next is you're going to link off with the Dinoster and the Pit Knight, and you're going to summon out Trigate Wizard. So remember, this guy is a link 3. Now obviously, because a monster left the side that Singularity was pointing to, you can actually special summon a Cybers monster from your graveyard. So you're going to reborn your Pit Knight early. Right, so then you're going to proceed to the end phase, and you're going to search any Pendulum monster from your deck to your hand, but I just like to add more follow-up. So essentially you started off with 2 cards, 5 cards, you still have 5 cards in your hand, and yeah, you have full follow-up for the next turn, essentially. And what is currently on your board is, like I explained, so this Trigate, because it's co-linked with 3 monsters, it's once per turn, negate any card that activates and banishes it. So you would go effect to negate anything. Then obviously the next thing your opponent does, you can just negate with allied code, tributing your Trigate, which is a Cybers, and once you've tributed it, your Singularity can trigger to special summon back your Trigate, right? So then you have it online again, because it's not a hard once per turn. Pit Knight early is something that it points to, obviously activates, you can negate a card. Singularity can bounce 3 cards at the moment, because you have a Fusion, a Synchro, and an Xyz in the graveyard, so you have 3 bounces with that. And you have the Seals, which is obviously a tribute and a non-target bounce. But the good thing about Seals is you can actually tribute it, bounce a card, and then you can summon out your Magnamut. And then obviously trigger your Magnamut to search out during the end phase your Druid's Worm. So let's say this is your opponent's end phase. You can actually just, let's say you summon out the Magnamut there. You can just activate the Druid's Worm, banish something. It can be their graveyard or yours. During your next turn, what you can do is essentially just link off these guys, because it's obviously a Cybers. You can make SP, and then this will trigger, the SP will trigger, and the Druid's Worm will trigger, bringing back the, what do you call it? Now you've got your, what do you call him? The Trigate again. And he has an effect where if he's co-linked with 2 monsters, he can essentially just banish a card on the field as well. And anything that he points to, if it attacks a monster, it does double battle damage. So essentially you've got a massive OTK coming, and your opponent can't do shit. So what I'm going to do is now just going to show you the most broken going first combo, and it is going to be disgusting. Okay guys, so I don't want to waste your time rewinding the previous combo exactly the same way, but once we get to this point, right, so usually in the normal combo you would just pop the Seer to get back your Revolution Dragon that you used. Then you would normally just scale it and pop it to get your, what do you call it, your Ignister, and then summon another one, make your Pit Knight, and do those things. So instead in this combo, you will go Seer effect to pop to add the Revolution Dragon from your graveyard, right? Then because it's not once per turn to search, you're just going to discard it, pay 500, and you're going to add a Morphage Lechery to your hand. Then you're just going to scale that, and then you will end your turn, and obviously you will still search off of the Magister Paladin as I showed in the previous combo, so let's just put a card in our hand for that. But now, during your opponent's turn, essentially you still have the V-Link, which is obviously blocking off, like, what do you call it, like link decks. But what you can do is, obviously now during your opponent's turn, you can go Seals effect to bounce a card. You can even bounce your own card in the draw phase if you want to stop stuff like Dark Ruler or anything like that. But in any case, then your Seals is going to trigger, and that is going to summon out your Morphage Sloth from the deck. Right, so what this accomplishes now is essentially you have your allied code, which is giving you a Omni Negate. You have your Firewall, which is still 3 bounces, or 2 bounces I think. And you had your Seals, which is a bounce, but now you have a Morphage Sloth on the field, right? So he says while he's on the field, neither player can special summon from the extra deck. Lechery in Scale says if you control a Morphage monster, your opponent cannot activate spells. And on top of that, the Dinoster is technically protecting these two both from being destroyed by battle or card effect. So this means obviously your opponent can't activate spells, they can't summon from the extra deck, you have 3 bounces, and you have an Omni Negate, and you have essentially full follow-up on the field and in your hand. So yeah, this is just a gross combo you can do when you know you're going first and you're playing against a deck that obviously, like every deck plays out of the extra deck, but then obviously you just have the lechery to negate spells as well, so, or like prevent spells from being activated. So yeah guys, I thought of just bringing this video to you guys. It's just a fun one, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and you will definitely be seeing a bit more of me in the future, and I hope you guys are well. Thank you for still subscribing, thank you for watching the channel. I see a few of my videos are doing super well, and yeah, if you guys want to, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Also, like I said, share to any of your friends that are maybe like interested in Dracoslayers. I mean, this is something you can build in Master Duel as well. So yeah, thanks for that guys, and I hope you have a good day further.